Paldies, vēstniekungs, par iespēju tikties ar jums. Šeit mums ir deputāti no Rīgas Domes un frakcijas vadītājs Juris Viķeļkungs. Un tātad dosim... Jā, un pārējie deputāti, kas strādā. Un tātad dosim vārdu vēstniekungam, un pēc tam, ja būs jautājumi, tad vēstniekungs atbildēs.
First of all, it is a pleasure for me to be here and meet with all of you. I'm responsible as the Dalai Lama's representative for 11 countries, which is Scandinavian countries, Baltic states, Poland, UK, and Ireland. And for me, especially, it's very interesting to come to the Baltic states because you're just very young in terms of you regained your independence maybe 20 years ago. I feel that people in Baltic states know exactly what it's like living under occupation, foreign occupation. Situation in Tibet is getting worse and worse and worse. Many Tibetans are taken away in the middle of the night. Nobody knows where they are. And you constantly have to live under that kind of a fear. And somebody like me, who live in a totally free country in Canada, I just cannot just sit back and watch and say, oh God, it's so sad. I have to do something. I'm a Canadian citizen. I've lived in Canada for 31 years. And I know from my own experience, no matter which country in the world, they like Dalai Lama, they're sympathetic to Tibet, they're supportive, but China is a very important trading partner. It's unlikely that China is going to give Tibet back to Tibetans. Past about 20 years, the Dalai Lama's position has been very clear that he's not seeking independence for Tibet. What he's asking for is a genuine autonomy for the people of Tibet where they can practice, preserve their cultural language and spirituality. If the Chinese government also listened to the reasons and looked at the situation and gave Tibetans what they're asking for, genuine autonomy, and this would be a clear example in the world that yes, human conflicts can be resolved through dialogue. But unfortunately, this Chinese leadership, they don't see far. They look at the immediate power, and the old leadership, their thinking is Tibetan question, let the Dalai Lama die, Tibet dies with it, and it's finished. Tibetans are going through an impasse where Dalai Lama is not getting any younger, and the Chinese are getting stronger, and many Tibetans feel that the time is running out for the Tibetans. So many young Tibetans are seriously considering the option of resorting to violence. To me, it's not like a threat to the international community, but there's a strong possibility, and this could be prevented if the international community did something about it. Educating Chinese people is the key. And at the same time, when I travel as the Dalai Lama's representative, I talk to politicians, members of parliament, asking them that we need help. We're going through a very difficult period, and they have a moral responsibility to make sure that these Tibetans who are struggling for their survival as a people through non-violent method must be recognized and supported, not only to save Tibet, but to save humanity. I know that Tibet is not the most suffering country in the world. There's many, many, many cases, which deserves your support, all of them. But in this Tibet's case, the unique thing about this is the nature of the struggle, the non-violent struggle. This is something that the world community needs to be they need to say that this is so important that this movement cannot fail. Because if non-violent groups fail, the world is going to become worse and worse. There'll be more terrorism, more threats, more war, and we cannot afford to live like this anymore. If Chinese people understood, if they have the information that Dalai Lama is not seeking independence, he wants Tibet as part of China, and all he is asking for is genuine autonomy for his people. If Chinese people understood it, then we may have some chance that the Chinese government may change its policy.
Es un mēs visi novēlam, lai brīvību mīlošā tibetiešu tauta, tāpat kā visas brīvību mīlošās tautas pasaulē, tajā laikā, kad šī brīvība tiks atgūta, uzdziedās tāpat kā pirms netik daudz gadiem dziedāja Rīgas un citu Baltijas valstu augstākajos kalnos, solidarizējoties ar Tibetu. Visā Eiropā dziedāja brīvības dziesmu priekš Tibetas. Un šo grāmatu mēs dosim jums līdzi kā ceļmaizi, kurā kāds no mums ierakstīs: nezaudējiet cerību. Mēs esam brīvi un jūs būsiet brīvi.